Okay, cool. And I'm back. This is my new account where I'm playing through the story legitimately. And try to solo everything. I might go back and do some other challenges in this. Now I have a new quest. Okay, so what are my quests at this point? Hunt Gnasher. Okay.
There's no reason not to look as sharp as your weapons. You're still wearing that? Okay.
Okay, so I just unlocked the Hunt Pass. And I have a Gnasher to hunt. This is the first full-blown Gnasher of the game. And I'm gonna use the hammer for this. The hammer is probably the most challenging of the three initial weapons to use against the Gnasher. The main reason is that most of Gnasher's attacks come from his tail, and all the weapons except for the hammer, or at least at this point the sword and chain blades, can cut the Gnasher's tail off. The hammer cannot. So you have to get most of your damage off of his head and legs. Not that it matters this early on, since there are no varied drops. This is a new map, Ulrich's Refuge. Almost called it by its Maelstrom name. There are many areas that behemoths can spawn on each map. Usually a few are exclusive to only a few are exclusive to the first spawn. For example, a Gnasher or a behemoth can change where it is when it runs away. It can go back to where your character spawns.
I want to call them to your location. Send up a flare so they can find you.
Any behemoth can appear at your spawn location. However, they will never appear at your spawn location if as the first one, they will never appear at your spawn location. That is why my sword and chain blades are so good here, because you can just cut off his tail to effectively cut his range in half with that attack. He's woozy, at least. Staggered. Hit his arm there. Man, I'm so used to using other hammer. I'm so used to using Molten Edict that I'm not used to the other hammers. just want to get one full combo off. There we go. I just wanted to clean out that camera case. This is the main reason why you want to break the Gnasher's tail ASAP. You can actually interrupt him out of that charge thing that he does. It's just really hard to do. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so they just added a new tap ability, where you give yourself 50 shields. I don't know if the 50 shields are permanent, or if this ability is always there or not. It looks like these 50 shields are permanent. I wonder if they stack. $50 shields isn't major, although at this point it probably is. Yeah, it doesn't stack, but it is permanent. Okay, so he's down there. I've been into this place enough that I know where the behemoths spawn. There are some other areas, like Burning Rose, where I was just at when we fought the Rockfall, the space side, that I have no idea all the bones. I haven't learned all the spawn locations fully yet. Hey, I hit his leg through the tree. That will dampen how much damage you take, but it won't completely cancel out all the damage you'll take. Break his arm before I broke his leg. Okay, there goes that leg. My gosh, I keep on playing this like I have a lantern I normally use in my main account. Broken everything except his tail. I believe that I am physically unable to break it. I could be wrong on that. Wow, this ability, this new shield ability is amazing. Like, I didn't think 50 shields would be all that impactful, but early on, like, this allows you to take a few extra hits if you need to. Or tank hits that would otherwise hurt a lot more. Okay, so I just used that for nothing. And there goes the Nasher. I think I'm going to be handling things differently, where I will be going at a similar pace with the videos as my stream. I'm going to be refighting the behemoths and explaining how to use the weapons against them using this account, not my main account. Yeah, that's right, there is no reputation scores yet. It's been a long time since I played this. Or at least since I restarted. Let's turn in that quest.
I appreciate this. Really. Listen up. It's important.
Shadow of the Strike. If Isles are drifting off course, we could use a good cartographer. But Gaius Copperwheel, the best cartographer in the city, or so Archon Drew tells me, has been missing for days. Well, guess where we think he is. That's right, my scouts spied a shipwreck on Ulrich's Refuge, and there's at least one survivor there pinned down by a restless Shrike. Bring him home,
Stay
Slayer.
alive.
So I have quest from Wills. What?
I trust we're skybound.
Okay. So that's telling you about how frost powers work.
Just a moment, Slayer.
Yes?
Wills is at your service.
So now I can craft Nasher-based weapons.
Keep your guard.
Hey there. What's up?
And now I can make Nasher-based armor as well. I only have 5 Nasher hides.
Before they get you.
And I think in this case the weapon is more
A
important.
bright light in my humble smithy.
I made this first simply because it's the Nash Masher. I fell in love with the name Nash Masher.
Goodbye, and good fortune. Watch your back, friend.
So now I have a Nash Masher. Time to fight a Shrike. Ah, now you can infuse cells if you actually had cores to do that with. Oh, wait. I have a new quest, apparently.
Over here, Cap.
Abandon that.
You've got that look in your eye.
Oh, the
Ready?
tutorial about the store. Now, style, dies. You get a free set of dies. However, the rest you have to pay for. And I did. On my main account.
What'll it be, Captain? Now make Cat proud. No time like the present. Name the destination.
So I could make more of these.
Right. See you later.
But I don't think I'm going to for now. I rarely use stuff like that. I actually rarely use non-healing potions.
A fine day to you.
Ah, okay. So at base levels, the Nasher set is 3 points better than the maxed out recruit set. So it is worth your time to potentially go back and fight another Nasher. Maybe not using the hammer so that you can get the tail as well. Because then you can get at least 4, somewhere between 4 and 6 Nasher hides. Which would then allow you to also grab the full set of armor, as well as being able to at least create the weapon. And also, if you want to make more weapons, you can do that now as well. I can't actually make anything with Iron Thistle right now, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to at some point later. Because, man, one of the few potions outside of healing potions I do use require a lot of Iron Thistle. And there's that goat turned around. I always refer to that as goat movement. When you don't have the recruit's lantern anymore and you're using another lantern, just use the goats. They essentially replace your recruit's lantern. Wow. This is base level. So if you pick up the Nash measure, this is actually pretty good. Now the problem with Shrikes is that they're impossible to interrupt with the hammer. Well, not literally impossible, but it's always been hard for me to time it. know how much Shrike can hurt. A lot of these early behemoths can hurt if you're not properly equipped for them. I'm properly equipped with the correct weapon, but not necessarily with the correct armor. And you need a good balance of both, and I haven't been using this Recruit's Lantern ability. Got him. Fly it again. Nope. Only doing 3 this time. Guys, at 50 shields is nothing to scoff at for this new ability. I use a lot of Fortress on some of the stuff I use. I always get a lot of Fortress on it. Because at the early levels, it only gives like 10 or 20 shields. But if you get it up there, it can give you 100 shields, and 100 shields is amazing. There we go. And you just saw my prestige level up. I'll go over that as soon as I'm done killing this guy. Okay, he's leaving, which is good. Out of potions. Probably should have picked up some of the armor. At least some of it. He hasn't done too many of this attack. There goes that leg. Wow, did I actually hit the one leg that isn't broken yet? That was nice of him. That was just rude. Goes everything except the tail again. Ah, there we go. Shrike Tail has the wonkiest hitbox of any tail. got him. Not one of the funnier deaths I've had where they run away from, where you kill them in the middle of them running away. I've had one where they literally burn to death after they've left. It's just like you're trying to find them, and then just goes, hey, look, you killed them. First core of the game. Cores get you cells that you can then put into your...
Not bad. Not bad.
which you can then put into your weapons and armor. Copperwheel's already helping update our current navigation charts with the readings he collected on your return trip. He tells me his ship wasn't brought down by a strike. No, it had something that blasted... It was something that blasted the vessel with huge spines. Hard as it may be to believe, I think we have a quill shot on our hands. We need to lure it out.
Don't let your guard down. Got any news for me? Don't be a stranger.
Hello?
What'll it be, Captain?
Cat says you need some kind of lure for a quill shot? Can't say it sounds like the safest proposition. Those things are bad news. I'll say that, and if you find me some samples of a mushroom called Wrathwort, I can cook up something quill shots won't be able to resist. You can find it all over, especially near fallen logs. Ready to set out on that expedition as soon as you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain. Only need to think about hiring.
So,
Please,
Wills.
stop by and see your friend Will. Always good to see you, friend.
Hair has been glitching out lately. My friend, big news for you there is. Big Ostian news. Admiral Zai has, reached out to your friend Wills with news he wishes to share. I suspect you will want to speak to
Give
him
those
right away.
behemoths a taste of Ostian quality.
So let's go meet this Admiral Zai. Maybe he's near this giant crashed ship that we haven't been near at all yet.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Ah, there you are. Slayer, the people of Ramsgate have welcomed my crew despite the unusual circumstances surrounding our arrival. I feel it is time to share with you and your fellow Slayers one of Ostia's most fiercely protected technologies. It is time you learned how to use the Ostian repeaters. Assembling these weapons requires training and precision, training that I alone possess, but which I am willing to share. These three primary components will make up the heart of your new firearms. Once you try them against the behemoths, I think you'll understand how they earn their name. Open your loadout to equip and modify your new Ostian repeaters.
This task cannot wait.
Ostian technology, as you can see, has progressed significantly in recent years. Weapons such as the repeaters you now possess must be handled with skill and precision to make them truly effective. And you must learn these methods if you are able to succeed with them in the field. To empower your shots, you must take advantage of the ambient etheric energy that emanates from every behemoth, and reload your repeaters at close range. This will charge your attacks with the beast's own power, turning it against them. In Ostia, we would call this poetic justice.
You are needed on the frontier.
So, what he's saying, in the loosest terms possible, is that we have a new weapon. Customize. The Ostian repeater, it is quote-unquote customizable we don't have much stuff right now for it, so we'll have to come back later or like do that quest he gave us. Come in, cat. Deal 10,000 damage using empowered shots and abilities. What is it,
Ready
cat?
for a challenge?
Good news, Slayer. With that lore, you'll be able to accomplish 2 important goals on your next hunt. Slaying the quill shot, that's a given. But Dr. Priani has a theory you can test too. She thinks the behemoths on Ulrich's Refuge are why it's been knocked off its usual trajectory. You'll be in a position to prove her right, or wrong.
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you. Furious Fusillade? Never heard that word before. I guess.
Keeping busy, are we?
I'm doing my best not to use the sword. Chain blades are actually really good against strikes. Or quill shots, sorry. Let's upgrade them. Can't hurt.
Take the fight to the behemoths.
And let's actually grab
Keep 'em
some
busy?
real armor. Unless... I'm going to increase the challenge for
Don't
myself.
let the behemoths get you down.
I'm going to increase the challenge for myself. And fight this guy with just the recruit stuff. This was probably suicide, but...
Oh, hey, Slayer!
Let's go fight this bullshot. Is this new one? I can't tell if this is Ulrich's Refuge or Iron Falls from that. Okay, still Ulrich's Refuge. It can never hurt to collect Sky Bloom. I'll be collecting iron thistles for potion I'll unlock soon. If I could not jump over the iron thistle, that would be greatly appreciated. So... nothing there. There's two down here? No, not down here. There he is. You know, probably these behemoths being really scary, some of them are extremely stupid looking. Ow. Ow. Chain blades play very differently from all of the other weapons. At least of all of that, the dodge is very hard to get used to. no reason to continue attacking that one. Chain blades are very mobility based, and I've never gotten the hang of how to use that mobility.
Don't give up now. You've got a revive still. Use it.
That's the first instance of me being downed. Will not be the last, I can guarantee you that. Getting this, like... thing that I always need to get used to with the chain blades is that the goal with the dodge isn't to dodge through them, it's to dodge away from the attacks. See, you can't really dodge through attacks. Always take being able to dodge through attacks than needing to dodge away from attacks. Oh, I haven't actually taken damage since the last one. Crap. I'm so used to taking damage from this guy. And I was out of stamina there. And you'll note all the quills on the quill shaft. It has four quill hitboxes on its back, on each of the four legs, and then some on his tail. He always regrows. Oh, and some and a hitbox on his head for quills. He will always regrow the ones on his head. There's my first death. He will always regrow the ones on his head, forelegs, and tail. And he will regrow 2 of the ones on his back every time he enrages. Not when he comes out of it though, so breaking them while you're enraged is probably the best plan. There's my first death, so I can get a few deaths being against this guy. Well, I got 5 quillshot hides. Don't think I can make the weapons now, but I can make the armor.
What can Wills do?
Okay, I can make the weapons. Plus 2 Blade Storm would be much better than this unique effect.
Behemoths.
Currently more focused on doing damage than in taking it. And chain blades are not the best choice when you're trying to avoid taking damage. Because, like I said, I just need to get into the chain blades groove of making sure you're out of the way of the attacks before it actually happens. Chain blades get much harder as the game progresses, because they telegraph less and less. Now, when you lose, I should probably go with this. When you lose, you keep all of the part breaks, or the break parts. So I got to keep the 5 quill shot hides I got, even though I lost. And you also get to keep any pickups you got, like iron thistles or sky bloom. Here's Mr. Quillshot. Round 2, currently 0-1 against this guy. May have seemed pointless, but this entire game is about juggling your stamina. Chain blades especially. Stamina unnecessarily, which is something that I'm still getting used to. Cool. There's why Quillshot is really annoying. Because all the damage from his quill stacks up and it hurts a lot. Could easily take away a half to 3/4 of your health bar if you just get hit by too many quills. That's right, he gets that attack now. Okay. So now when he enrages, he will not have all of his quills. But knowing when hitboxes come online and when they go offline. I always admire people who can go into a lot of the higher tiers of this game and just destroy everything. I got both head breaks, a tail break, and a leg break. Not down there. I see. No, I can't. Could be down there, but it's highly unlikely. See, he's probably up here. Yep, he was down there. Oh, he is up here. Dang. Okay, so I did break. Ow. Nice, got some stars. Ow. I hate invisible yet live hitboxes. Those are the most annoying hitboxes. For understandable reasons, I think. So it's just this leg at this point. Cool. I think I got 7 quill shot hides out of that? Because you can break the quill shot's head twice, which is super useful when you're trying to collect hides. Yeah, I got 7 quill shot hides. Dang. Yeah, I finished it, cat.
Good work, Slayer.
Archon and Gaius both confirmed the course of Ulrich's refuge seems to have stabilized for now. Might need to head back there if the behemoths return, but for now, well, steady as she goes.
Talk to you later.
Okay, so who has something for me? Wills? Probably Wills. Yep, Wills.
Can't stay in Ramsgate forever.
Now if
May
you
we
want Wills.
speak, friend? Back from slaying, are you?
My friend, we both know the unmatched quality of Ostian weapons, but does the world? Wills is not so sure. Therefore I propose a deal. I will challenge you to use my weapons while patrolling for fearsome behemoths that stalk these islands. When I have seen how well they perform, I will use what we learned together to create new designs in the Ostian style. What do you think?
When it comes to weapons, practice makes perfect.
So I need to do what is known as a patrol of this area.
Fight well, my friend.
What do you know? Stay safe out there, Slayer.
Can I be smart or stupid?
Now, where did I leave those tongs? Don't tell me that Rams made off with more of my equipment.
Be smart
Good
or
to see ya.
stupid? Smart or stupid?
Don't get yourself
Stupid,
killed.
why not? I haven't even had the face... I haven't even had the face piece on yet. Doing a patrol will get you more Arcanite than you would
Days like
than you would
this
get if you were
remind me
just
of
going
Ostia.
to fight the behemoth. If you were just going to fight the behemoth, you would get less Arcanite than if you do a patrol. However, there's no guarantee about who you'll get. Oh, another quill shot. Nice. I should at least have the faceplate on. If I'm going to have a full set of maxed out armor, I might as well wear it. Even if it is the weakest set in the game. That way I'll take ever so slightly less damage. Now, if anyone watching this picks up the game, craft armor as soon as you can. In my opinion, armor is actually more important than weapons. For no other reason than the weapons, or rather the armor allows you to survive, getting the weapons a lot easier. However, if you focus too much on the armor and not enough on the weapons, your weapons will start to fall behind, and you'll reach a point where you're running out of Arcanite for the weapons, or you don't have the materials for the weapons. Ow! Dang, he goes far with that. After this, I think I'm going to craft the quill shot armor for no other reason than I have Arcanite to spare. I'll have plenty of spare Arcanite after this. I need to get out of this corner. Dang it, that leg was super low. I probably could have prevented that. So he's back up here. This is the main reason why I love using the chain blades against this guy, even though I haven't actually been using it against this guy. Dead. Nice. I think I got 7 more quill shot hides. Yep. I still can't believe I haven't crafted any new armor. I legitimately feel like an idiot for not crafting any new armor, but it's worked out thus far. Which that's something at least. That it's actually worked up to this point. Don't know if it's good or bad, but...
Wills can always find time for you.
You have accomplished a great deal, Slayer, but your challenges are only beginning, Wills thinks. We shall speak again.
We will speak again, my friend.
So I now have the Weapon Master prestige. As you can see, at certain levels you will unlock brand new weapons.
Wills can always find time for you.
Why not just max out everything full shot now? I have the notes, I have the Arcanite. I definitely have the hide. Nice.
Farewell for now.
Hey, it's you.
Someone has a quest for me. First, I need the quill shot armor. I forgot how little Arcanite you actually use. It's very hard to run out of armor Arcanite, because you get you get about half as much as the weapon Arcanite, and you use about a quarter of it. About a quarter of how much you use for the armor rather than the weapons when it comes to Arcanite. Like, it takes 1 Arcanite to level this up, whereas it takes 4 for the weapons. Thank God they made the update where it actually doubled how much weapon Arcanite you get.
See you again, real soon.
So now I have a real set of armor, which is astounding. There's a quest for me up here.
I must share some news, Slayer. Needs must when the devil drives.
Oh, your guys. Slayer, good to see you, and thank you for helping me escape the talons of that strike. Now I hope you will aid me in a more scientific pursuit. As you know, Alric's refuge has shifted off its course before you dispatched the behemoths that dwelled there. I believe the same behemoth-related etheric imbalance is affecting many islands near Ramsgate. Together, I'm hoping you can help me collect data that will either disprove or support my hypothesis. Dr. Priyani tells me that she's heard reports of a skarn on the island of Iron Falls. That stone-throwing beast shouldn't be anywhere near that island, yet there it is. And sure enough, Iron Falls appears to be drifting from its usual course. Defeat that skarn and return to me with what you've learned. So now there are 4 behemoths in that area. However, there are 2 distinct maps. Some behemoths will overlap with these maps. So you have both Ulrich's Refuge and Iron Falls. And some of them overlap, like I said. So, rule number 1 of the Skarn. Always have at least 1 hammer. If you're in a party of a lot of people, maybe you have 2 hammers. Okay, so I don't have good cells for this. Inspect. +2 sharpened on that. +4 sharpened. Dang. I didn't realize how good this set could get. Time to fight a Skarn. I have +2 Blade Storm and +4 Sharpened. Which means I do an extra 10 on each hit from the Blade Storm, and I do an extra 20% on each hit from the Sharpened. Oh. He's not right here. Thought he was, given that the music just cut out. Means he's up here. I just recently fought a Rockfall with Space Eye, and this guy is much easier. Alright, than that. Understandable, since this is one of the first behemoths of the game, and Rockfall is one of the last. However, if you have a hammer, Skarn is a pushover. Easily interruptible. And all that armor on him. If you have anything except the hammer, that will do like 25 damage a hit. However, instead, then you can break off the armor so that you can get underneath it. And note, I've already broken apart. Whenever I need to go fight a Skarn, I always know where to go. I mean, that dude he just sits there for an eternity waiting for you to knock him down. Of course I didn't, but that's besides the point. Now, don't get me wrong, he does have a few attacks that kinda hurt. But at this rate, I can just keep staggering him over and over again, so he gets off like maybe a few attacks when he gets lucky. Now this is a good time to note that the stagger quota increases after you stagger them. It becomes harder to stagger them again. Fortunately, the same is not true for interrupts, because if it was, Skarn would be a lot harder. it up so I can break this link. Nice. Because of this armor, it's actually very hard to break all of his pieces in one go. Especially since when he enrages, he gets all of his armor back, and all of his armor is now at full health again. Ow. I broke 4 parts on him before he ran away. I didn't take too much damage. I still can't believe I fought the first 3 behemoths without upgrading my armor, nor with the faceplate on. Because I'm taking so much less, I'm taking much less damage now. Which is amazing. He's actually further down, which is very hard since he had 4 potential areas going up and 1 potential area going down. Iron Falls is all based on layers. Behemoths can spawn on each layer, and finding the behemoth can be a real pain in the butt. Oh, he's dead. Skarn is one of the ones that I fight the most, that I always end up getting the least parts for. Simply because with the hammer, you always want to be going for the head. And going for the head isn't the easiest. Well, going for the head is very easy. It's getting the parts that's hard. Did I? Oh, right. I got the core for getting level 2. You don't get anything for getting level 1. And I just hit level 3, which is probably another core. Yep, it's another core. Let's see what I get. Conduit and Aetherborn. Dang, Conduit can actually be really good. I'm gonna go up this way since there's a new quest for me from, I would expect to be Will's. Yeah,
A moment of your time, Slayer. Welcome, welcome.
Slayer, impressive your skills have become. Perhaps it is time for Wills to let you in on a secret. I have recently received schematics from my contacts in Ostia. These schematics describe a design for a classic Ostian weapon, one that requires skill and experience. If you have the materials, Wills is happy to forge you a Slayer's axe. So I have unlocked axes. Axes are exactly how Wills described them. They take a lot of skill, but if you can do it, it's amazing. Yeah, I still have that quest from the Admiral to actually use the repeaters at some point. There you go, Gaius.
Chart a course for victory.
Very interesting findings, Slayer. What's most disturbing is that this phenomenon is happening at all. The Ram Island formation has been stable since Ulrich Moss discovered it and founded Ramsgate. It is my hypothesis that the same forces that triggered the Aether Storm you encountered, and has brought many strange and unusual behemoths to the region, are coming from the Maelstrom, that endless storm beyond the uncharted reaches. Together, the storms and the behemoths are destabilizing. Well, everything. I don't think this is over. We must venture to the Maelstrom and get to the bottom of this mystery, once we have stabilized the ram itself.
If there's nothing else.
2 new quests. Go to this one first. Oh, that guy.
A moment to talk, that's all I need. Aether is everywhere.
Welcome, Slayer. I believe we have you to thank for the rescue of my cartographer friend Gaia. To show my gratitude, I'd like to offer to construct a lantern for you using the aether of a mighty skarn. Yes, I think you deserve a far more effective lantern than that somewhat quaint training model you have now, and the skarn has a fearsome reputation. Slay a skarn and share with me a fraction of its residual aether, and I think what I can create may surprise you.
May the clouds part before you.
So I just need to hunt a skarn, and then I'll get a new lantern blueprint. That would be nice, but I think there's someone else for me to talk to. Probably Cat.
Got something interesting, Skipper.
What is it?
We setting sail soon?
The further we sail, Captain, the trickier it is to navigate the atmospheric pressure systems. Now, I'm no wayfinder, but old Hiroshio the shipwright always told me that adding iron diesel to an airship's barometer makes it a lot more responsive to aether disturbances. I'll need you to sail beyond the monstrous verge and into the yonder keys. Next time you're island side, could you gather up all you can find?
Fair
Okay, so I
winds,
finished
Captain.
that quest already.
How dangerous could it be?
Did you know you can still get some good out of old cells you don't need? You want to transform them into better ones? You can talk to the middleman. He's been away for a while, but I hear he's back in business. Just don't let him get to your head. He's a bit odd.
Steady on, Skipper.
Let's talk, Slayer.
Man, I have all the quests.
Go on.
Hello, Slayer. I've been expecting you. Perhaps you were also expecting me. I believe we may be of service to one another. Perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow, but sooner or later everyone comes to see the middleman. I see you are not convinced. I'll tell you what. You need not risk your own property this first time. I happen to have 2 cells here that will pair nicely, I think. Consider them yours.
What can you do for me?
They call me the middleman because I stand between that which you have now and that you will have in the future. The cells I just gave you, I can transform them into something even more useful. My methods are my own, but I assure you the science is sound. No matter what those overcautious Orvie scolds tell you. You may use cells of your own as well, of course. The choice is yours.
You are here.
So this introduces the middleman. You can take cells you currently have, combine them, and exchange them. This works a little bit like an idle game where you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can actually do so. And the mechanics work as follows. If you use 2 completely random ones, like if I use an Aetherborn and a Swift, I will get a random cell that's +2. If I use an Aetherborn cell with something of its own type, like the conduit or medic cell I have, it will become a cell of that type, or utility in this case, for this example, that is +2. If I use these 2 Aetherborns together, I will get a +2 Aetherborn. +1 to +2 takes 24 hours. +2 to +3 takes 48 hours. And then a +3 cell and notes will give you another random +3 cell. Also, you can throw in a fully upgraded cell that you don't want and give them some notes. And then wait 72 hours, and you have a new +3 cell. I'm going to combine things just to show this off, and I'm going to use the stuff he gave me, the Aetherborn and the Swift. So that will take 24 hours. When I come back, that will be and you can see the type of cell it will be, so this will be a power type
That's
cell.
it.
Now that the process has begun, all that's left is to wait. The process is an act. I've said this word before. Is analogous. No, that's not it. Is that word to baking a cake. It takes time. Thank you, analogous. But unlike a cake or a loaf of bread, one can cook a cell more quickly with a few simple tricks. Please accept these Aether Concentrated Extract Nodules, ACE chips, in the common parlance of our times, on the house.
I believe you are up to this.
You are certainly free to wait several hours to receive your new cell. You look to be a slayer on the move, if I don't miss my guess. Let us speed things along, shall we? Need some of those ace chips back, of course.
Speak to
So what he's saying is that for each hour you have left, it will cost that many ace chips, then you can give him those ace chips and speed it up.
Use this in your work.
So I sped up those 2 cells, and now I have a +2 pacifier cell. And now this is open again for use. Now note, you cannot combine things that aren't of the same level. Let's see. Conduit is very rare, so I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to combine a medic and an Aetherborn.
Well done.
I skipped that text. I apologize.
The look of those storms we've been seeing out on the frontier.
We need to chat. Hey there, Skipper.
Hey there, Cap. want to let you know about a new concoction I've been brewing up. It's a potion that will help you attack with more speed. And I think that could prove to be an advantage when you're face to face with something that wants to eat your, well, face. Bring you some dash leaf. It's the last thing I need to make this
battle
work.
Continues.
So I haven't done that yet. Oh, and I unlocked Bulwark Tonics. This is why I've been collecting all these iron thistles. It reduces the damage you take by roughly 50% for the next 3 hits. Which means you activate it at any time, it stays around, and until you get hit 3
That's
times.
all she wrote.
Gear up. Got a job for you.
We got another island that's off its predicted trajectory. Way, way off. In fact, the cartographer tells me he could only have come from the higher elevations, where blaze aether gets into everything. And wouldn't you know it, this particularly arid island looks to be home to a blaze-feeding charog. That's gotta be what's knocked that island off course and into the Yonder Keys.
Goodbye for now.
So there is now a new area for me to go. However, I have a lot more quests that I need to do. Yeah, hunt another Skarn. Need more dash leaf. I need to make an axe. I need to do damage using the repeaters. So I can combine all the things by crafting an axe now, among other things. I won't be using it though. At least not immediately.
Greetings, Slayer.
The Skarn Chopper. Let's just make the recruit axe for now. For now. There,
Not so
Slayer.
difficult.
You see the power and effectiveness of this classic weapon. It is, as the saying goes, easy to use but difficult to truly master. I look forward to hearing about how you put it to good use on your adventures.
Weapons are only as good as the Slayer who wields.
Axe is very difficult to use. But instead, I'm gonna go hunt a Skarn, and although this is a very bad idea, and I highly recommend that you don't do this, I'm gonna use my repeaters. Not fighting a Skarn while you have not fighting a Skarn with a hammer somewhere on your team is, well, not suicide. You're in for a long fight, and I mean a long fight.
We should speak.
Repeater crafting. Buff that. Okay. Time to go fight a Skarn. At least I have a lot of Sharpened and Bladestorm on this, so I can do a decent amount of heart damage even without the hammer. And you're gonna notice that my UI is a little bit different, and that's because I am now using mouse and keyboard. I will always prefer mouse and keyboard when using the repeater specifically. This is just because I play a lot of FPSs. Well, not a lot, but I play a... But of the FPSs I play, I use mouse and keyboard for those and not controller, so when using something that shoots things, I will prefer your mouse and keyboard over controller. Now, even though these are guns, you get most of the power by going close. If you haven't noticed, this is very ineffective, at least as of right now. Uh-oh. Well, that happened. Once you get the armor broken, this guy disintegrates. I broke his leg without actually needing to break the armor. That's one of the advantages of the repeaters over any of the others. Ow. Nice. Crap, he destroyed my buff. Now, I know that this wasn't, like, really difficult. Like, fighting being a Skarn without the hammer just means that it's going to take a lot longer for you to get your, it's going to take a lot longer for you to get your real damage going. If you can continue to pump damage into him, then you can do quite a bit of damage. There's that. Not what I was trying to do, but it worked. he's just gonna stand there and take it. I'm just gonna stand there and shoot him. I don't know why they talk about the Skarn as that big of a threat, because it just takes so much damage. It has such a big hitbox and takes so much damage that honestly, that quest that Zai gives you to do 10,000 damage, while it sounds very daunting, it's not really that daunting. That was a good use of your enrage. Absolutely nothing. Okay, I do only have the tail. And he's dead. Like, that took 9, almost 10 minutes, instead of taking, like, a lot longer, like, potentially, especially with some others. With some other weapons against the Skarn, specifically the Warpike, this could take, like, 20 minutes. Now I will be switching back to controller. I completed 3 quests from that. 3 of the 4 that I had, and when I went in there.
Where to next, Skip?
Ah, here we go. Back to my new and improved, but mostly new, Blitz Tonic. You can make good use of these, huh?
Keep your footing. Where to next, Skip?
Blitz Tonics, you need Dash Leaves and Wrathworts. And depending on how much health you have left, the less health you have, the faster you attack. At max health, you do 10%. You attack 10% faster. At almost no health, you attack 30% faster. For 1 minute, either way. And yes, it does vary. Like if you use that after, for example, if you use that. And then, like, 30 seconds later, you lose about half your health. You will,
A moment, Slayer.
You will... That's it. Lost my train of thought. You will gain attack speed from that. The Skarn Lantern? Yes, improbable as it may seem, its neutral etheric energy signature is extremely versatile. Look forward to hearing about its performance should you use it on future hunts. I can craft one for you now if you have the materials.
Back to my work.
I am missing 70 notes.
See you again soon.
But that is at least better than the, it's at least better than the Recruit's Lantern.
I can give you 1 moment.
Yes, even a cursory examination of your repeater shows that you have learned the ability to empower your shots. With luck, you will live long enough to master that ability.
Return alive. We have much to accomplish.
Now, the only quest I have is to hunt the Charog, however, that is where I will be stopping. So, I hope whoever's watching this enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching.